enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the New England Patriots. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as he'll get him down shy of the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damien Harris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Jones. Open man, the tight end Henry. And he will finally go out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play there for New England. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one, it didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Going for the deep ball. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll get this up to about the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And he's going to have a Patriots first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
And that's a run characteristic of Damien Harris. When he touches it, he gets not what's just blocked, but he gets a few more yards as well. He's been dinged up his first 2 years with the Patriots, only 10 starts a year ago. But you have to believe that this coaching staff thinks that he's capable of bigger and better things.
Throwing Jones. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jonathan Grenard able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
The completion there by Mac Jones. And Charles, what do you think this defense needs to do to slow down this young rookie from Alabama?
Well, as usual with a rookie, pass rush is big. Put some pressure on him and see if he can handle things in the pocket. But the other one is your defensive backs, linebackers who are covering people, they need to be on the spot because he's extremely accurate.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play there for the Patriots.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a first down carry for Harris. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Possibly a good spot here to take a shot as they come out with 3 receivers to the left on 2nd and less than a yard. Operating from the gun. Jones. Flush to his right. Finding Bourne here over the middle. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Off the play fake. Jones. Being chased out left. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
Oh, my. You know that that's one that he'll want to have back. I mean, they did everything right. Got the linebackers commit on the play action. He just flat out missed.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown.
His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, number 7 overall.
And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Watson.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively at 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. First carry of the game here for Royce Freeman. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look. 6 DBs. To throw is Watson.
He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, I Frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. Oh, he bowls over him. And he's going to take this down close to the first as he's brought down at the Patriots' 41. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Off of play action, it's Watson.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it, and the Patriots are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
He's going to look downfield for Henry.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there for New England.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
2nd down and 8.
Back to throw. Jones. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. Through an opening, and there he goes. The 30. 10. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans team.
Well, you don't want a coach in Charles to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Jones.
Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Jones throw taken in by Bourne.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed.
And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
When you see those RPOs run, you need the first man to attack and be a disruptor. And on that play, he closed down fast and helped knock it away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Watson off play action. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Pats at the line ready to go. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run with Muhammad. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. New England on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 19, and they will score a pick 6. For the Texans TD. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Pats at the line ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. At someone tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they're
under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jordan Jenkins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And now here's another interception. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
And the Texans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or 2, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And he's going to come up a few yards short, brought down at the 45. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up, because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. This is caught. It's Cooks. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, Watson.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Here's a quick throw out wide to Dorsett. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Watson now to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Back to throw. Jones. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback, because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. On the return, Tremont Smith. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. On first down, it's Watson. He'll find Royce Freeman, the running back. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll bring up a second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
He's letting it fly for Cooks, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Pats will take over here just shy of the 30. But pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, tough. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jordan Jenkins, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's third and long.
Jones throwing on third and long.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
He's got a man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
For Mac Jones, accuracy was more his calling card when folks were taking stock of the 2021 draft. But he's got a big arm as well, and he shows it off there.
And you'd think on third down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result, because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow.
to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Smith to return it.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Matthew Judon in there to take him down. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage.
And the pressure gets to him again. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 23.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return.
And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jordan Jenkins make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. They're going to try and throw. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And he's got some space here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And just shutting him off there. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots.
They should have put a stamp on me in the locker room.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead will shrink to 6. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Smith to return it. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
Rolling, and a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Watson.
That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Flushed out right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Able to find a seam for 14 yards, but still now facing a 4th down after the scramble. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Pats at the line ready to go. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Now he'll throw deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 39. A big play there for New England. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off play action. Jones. He's going to go up top again.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now Jones on 3rd down.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is short here of a 1st down.
John Harbaugh never shy about bringing out the red challenge flag, and he'll do so here. So the challenge does not sway the official's decision. Spot of the football going to remain right where it is.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Kyle Duggar up to make the tackle. Now a 2nd down and 6.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Over the middle, complete. That's Freeman.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson.
Open man is Jordan, the tight end.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Back to throw, Watson. Flush to his right. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Now Jones. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing, Jones. Smith with a first down and more. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
He's going to look downfield for Henry.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now a give right side. Harris finding some room at midfield. And he's got room. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. Looking to throw. Jones. And his throw is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jones. And now here is another interception. Lonnie Johnson picks it. There he goes right side. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Jones. That's caught by Myers. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Jones. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Able to get there and pick it. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 33. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And Watson's going to throw it here. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
On second down now, it's Freeman, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Houston, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss, and they will get a home